Welcome back to another video. We just had such an insane race in this GR86 Cup around Tsukuba. We were side by side for so many corners during this race, and a big reason I wanted to make this video was because I've heard people say that you can't pass at this car on this track. And if this video proves anything to you, it's that you definitely can. But since these are touring cars, you need to be comfortable with a little bit of contact. You're gonna have some bumping, you're gonna have some door-to-door collisions, and that's okay. This isn't a formula car, these are touring cars. So we're gonna start here in qualifying. We are in the top split, and I'm in car number 5, which means according to iRacing, I'm the 5th fastest driver. And if you can look in the top left there, you can see that P1 has an insane time. I think the fastest I put in these conditions is about a 102.3, so I'm gonna have to be absolutely on it to get anywhere near the front of the field. And we definitely want to be towards the front because turn 1 is going to be insane, and we want to be as far ahead as we can of all the craziness. And as we come through the final corner on our first qualifying lap, I get a big kick of oversteer. You can see the car kind of slides and then understeers, and we just lose so much time on entry, so much speed through the apex, and then so much speed on the exit. We're going to put in a really poor, honestly, first lap of a 102.8. It's going to put us way down in the field, P6. We'll probably fall down even further as this qualifying session goes on. So we really need to nail this second lap. You can see we're already half a tenth up to the first corner. We just need to gain half a tenth to a tenth through every corner, and that'll put us up towards the front of the field. Another really nice corner there. We're going to gain another tenth and a half. Look at that on the exit. Quarter of a second up already. Hit that apex, hard on the throttle, up into third gear. Another couple of hundredths through there. It's so important that you gain a little bit of time in every single corner on these qualifying laps. And it's a bit strange, but I'm always faster on my second or third lap in this car. I think some people are faster on their first laps. Like you can see P1, he put his best lap in on his first lap, but for me it takes me a lap or two to get the heat in the tires. And we're 3.5 tenths up as we come to the final corner. Much nicer through there. A little bit of a slide, but not a big one. Hard on the throttle. Look at that time on the dashboard. Almost half a second up as we come across the line, and that's going to put us up into P3 with a 102.348. But now, jumping into the race, you can see that we're starting on the inside, which will be great because we have this huge wide front straight that'll funnel down into a really tight exit from turn 1. So it's going to be really important that we stay on that inside so we don't get passed on the inside, shuffled to the outside, and pushed off the track. I'm going to try to get as good of a start as possible, although I haven't raced in about 3 months, so I'm going to be a little bit rusty here. This is my first race at this track in this car. Just waiting for the lights here. And we go away, and I get an absolutely terrible start. Car on the outside is already easily ahead. He's going to pull in front of me here, and I am just absolutely swarmed from behind. Try to brake as late as possible, hold this inside line. Then the car in front of us gets a bit loose. He has to slow down. I bump him from behind. I get hit from behind. An absolutely insane first corner. There's a guy on our inside there, but we make it through cleanly. No harm, no foul. Again, this is touring car racing. A little bit of bumping is not a big deal. Everyone made it through. Everyone's okay. And we are now settling into 4th place. Car in front of us, we were a little bit faster in qualifying. I think I might have a bit more speed than him. So we're going to try to keep with him, try to make a move here at some point early on in the race so we can stick with these leaders. We're not going to get too much help from the draft, but you might be able to claw a tenth or two back just by staying in the draft of the cars in front of you. So I think as long as we stay close enough, we can stay in touch with these leaders. But as soon as they start to pull away, there is no way we're catching up to them. They were so fast in qualifying, about a quarter of a second faster. But overall, for as crazy as first laps can be around here, I'm pretty happy with this. It's time to settle in and start to see what kind of pace we have in this car and compare ourselves to leaders in front of us. So I just skipped us ahead to lap 3. Absolutely nothing happened in the first couple laps. We can definitely see, though, the cars are ahead are a bit faster. P1, P2, maybe 2 tenths faster. The car ahead of me, maybe a tenth faster. The car behind me, maybe a tenth slower than us. So we're definitely in the order of our speeds right now, which could make for a very boring race. But as we go into turn 1, the car in front of us gets a bit loose, slides, has to catch it, loses a ton of time. We're on his bumper, and that's my first sign that he is pushing hard, but maybe he's pushing too hard. Maybe he's over his limit, and maybe we can get by. Again, another mistake into this hairpin, and we are all over the back of him. So now my mindset changes, and I'm thinking about how can I put pressure on the driver in front of me? How can I get in his mirrors? How can I distract him? Because he's definitely making mistakes, and I want him to start making more mistakes. And we can see again in this final hairpin, I am a lot faster on the exit. He took it super deep in there. We have a slight overlap, but not quite enough. We're gonna get back in his draft, and then we're gonna, just before the corner, we're gonna pop again, right there, boom. We pop out, we have the inside line, we're gonna send it on the brakes, on his inside, we have them move, we're gonna throttle, and we hit the curb, and get a big kick of oversteer, which costs us on the exit. Now we're having to defend from the cars behind us. We went from attacking to defending. He looks to our inside, now is on our outside. We're gonna try to keep it tight to this inside, use all the road on the exit, and he is fast behind us. Up into second gear, into third gear, looking in our mirrors, trying to keep him behind us. We're gonna go late on the brakes, but he goes later, he hits us from behind, and then we get hit again on the apex. We're losing time to the car in front. We're able to hold the position though, but we can see in the rearview mirror, the driver that had tried to pass us has now been passed. So we have a little bit of a gap, a little bit of breathing room, but we have a lot of time to catch up to the car in front of us. But he makes another big mistake in the final corner. So definitely, this guy in front, he is vulnerable. We can catch up, we can make a pass. We just have to bide our time and drive as cleanly and as smoothly as possible to catch back up. I'm gonna skip us ahead another lap again as we come into the final corner. And you can see that I'm just a little bit faster to this final corner than the driver ahead. And I'm thinking, if I can nail the exit of the hairpin and I can nail that entry, I think that's my best passing opportunity against the driver ahead of us. As we get a little bit too much speed going into the apex, a big slide, but he makes a bigger mistake because he goes off the track. It's completely rally cross driving it into the next corner. We have so much more speed than him, easily going up the inside and taking that third place pretty easily actually. He's gonna try to hold it around the outside though. He has a little bit of an overlap, but through this next corner, we're gonna be able to get just far enough ahead that we can take a pretty normal line through there, take a bit more speed, but we're gonna have to defend to the inside because he is so fast and he is good on the brakes. So we're gonna defend to the inside here. He's gonna try to go around the outside. We hold it tight, get a really nice exit, and we are cleanly through into third place as the car is spinning in our mirrors behind us. But it's not over yet. He's still all over our bumper. I'm looking to see if he's gonna try to go for a move into this next corner. He's not. We're easily ahead. We have that really late trail brake into this corner. I definitely notice I have a lot more speed on entry than he does through there. But we're gonna see through this lap that he's really good on the brakes. If you look up at the mirror, you can see how much time he gains just in that braking zone alone. And definitely, although I'm ahead, I have a lot of work cut out for me because he is a lot faster. And keeping a faster driver behind you is not easy at all, especially in these GR86 Cup cars. Again, look at how much time he gains in the braking zone. Gains probably a tenth or two. Honestly, it's embarrassing for me because I should be better in the braking zones than that. There's definitely some trick that he knows on the brakes that I don't. But we're gonna see something here. I want you to look in the rearview mirror and see how much he gains in this braking zone and then how much he loses on the exit. So he gains a ton of speed in the braking zone and then loses it all on the exit. He was right up our bumper at the apex, and now he's already almost half a second behind us. This is something that actually I didn't notice when I'm in VR because I'm not looking in my mirrors when we're in the braking zone. But now watching the replay again, I can see that he's actually going really late on the brakes. And I wish I knew that earlier, and you'll see why later in the race. As we come across the line though, there's a car coming out of the pits, and it just distracts me ever so slightly, and I make a little mistake on entry, and I lose about 2/10, and my entire gap that I had started to build is completely gone. He is all over our bumper again, and that is not good because he is not afraid to send it. And you'll see right here, boom, sends it down the inside, make a little bit of contact. I left a little bit of space for him at the apex, but still we made a little bit of contact. We're able to hold the position though, and we're through this next corner with a nice exit. I think that we're far enough ahead that we don't have to worry about him in the braking zone, but I don't look in my mirrors when I'm braking. As soon as I hit this braking zone, I'm looking ahead of me, and he absolutely sends it on the inside. I don't see that. Boom, he hits me on the inside. I get a big snap of oversteer. The car behind us just barely avoids us, and he is through back into third place. He apologized for that move after the race, but in my mind, that's fair racing, you know? This is touring car racing, right? We're banging doors, banging wing mirrors, and he makes a big mistake through this final corner. I'm definitely faster in this final corner than he is. So in my mind, I'm thinking we have 5 laps to force this guy into a mistake. And once we do, I know we can pass him through that final corner. So through this entire lap, I'm going to focus as much as I can on pressurizing him, on forcing him to make a mistake. He is later on the brakes than I am, able to carry more speed into the apex, but I make better exits than he does. So I need to be able to get him through the exit. And we can see that we both make a mistake there. We are both pushing so hard in these little GR86 Cup cars. A nice line through that right-hand corner, just trying to be as close as I can into this final corner. He takes that really deep brake zone, but I get such a better exit than he does, and that is going to be my key to trying to set up a pass. You can see that there. He's so much slower at the apex than I am. Hard on the gas. I know that with only 5 laps to go, this might be my only chance to make a pass, so I need to make it stick. You can see here he's going to go for a defensive move. He's going to come back, and I'm going to switch on him, go to the inside, brake later than he does. I have the inside line there. We miss that curb, so we don't get that kick of oversteer, and we make it through into 3rd place, but he is all over us. We're going to defend to the inside. He's going to try to go for the inside, but there's no room there. Braking down into 1st gear. He's going to be on our outside. We're going to need to give him space on the exit, which we do. He is right there. We're going to have to give him space again through this left-hander, completely side by side. I'm going to brake as late as I possibly can, try to hang it around the outside. And we do. We manage to hold it around the outside. He has to give us space again. We're going to get the inside line for this right-hander and the inside line for the hairpin. He holds it around the outside still. And again, we're going to get the inside line for this hairpin. And that's going to be critical because then we'll get the inside line for our best corner, the final corner on the track as well. Keeping it tight there, not making any contact. And we were able to actually get ahead of him by the exit, but he has more speed on the exit, and he's going to try to go around our outside, but I know we have a better entry to this final corner. I'm just looking for him, watching him on our outside, and we're going to be able to hold this position. It took us an entire lap, but we are now officially in 3rd place with 3 laps to go and with a tiny margin behind us. Again, we're going to have to go defensive on the inside there. He's not looking into it, though. He is not interested. He's going to try to hold it around our outside. We're going to get a nice line through there. Finally, he makes a little bit of a mistake, gets a bit of a slide. We have a gap behind us, and we have 3 laps to build a gap and to hold this 3rd place and hold this top split podium. Now, coming into 2 laps to go, we've built a little bit of a gap. Only half a second, almost nothing, but a tiny bit of a gap. And we're going to try to build that gap even more through this final corner. But he is just so close to us. He has found this speed. He is not making mistakes. I think as soon as we're in front of him, he just finds an extra 10th or 2 every single lap. Just holding it tight behind us, and I'm just trying to hit my marks as best as I can. You can see that I'm actually green. That was my best ever 1st sector. That's how hard I'm pushing, and he still gains on me. He's still gaining on me. I was green all the way into the apex, and he is still somehow gaining on me every single corner, except for the final corner on the lap. And that is going to be my key to this race. I need to hold him off, though. He is so close. I know he's going to go for the inside line here. I have to go defensive into this final hairpin, keeping it tight to the right-hand side. We're going to have to give him room on the exit because he's on our outside. I'm getting the call from my spotter in my ear, and you can see them there in the mirror, right on our outside. He's holding us tight to the right-hand side of the road, not even allowing us to move back over to the left-hand side. We're having a really tight line through this final corner. We get on the throttle and just so much understeer. This is the first time I felt that. So much understeer, and he gets a better run and is able to get towards our inside. Now we're on the outside. We've been on the inside and able to defend the entire race, and the roles have switched on us on the final lap. He now has the advantage, but we have a little bit of an overlap. Now he has to give us space as we're going dirt tracking, 2 wheels in the grass through there, hard on the brakes, keeping it on the inside line, able to stay a nose ahead now of him going through that hairpin. Through this right-hander, he's going to have to give us space on the outside. Again, we're able to hold it around the outside. We're going to be on the outside of this hairpin. We need to get a great exit of this hairpin if we want any chance of passing him in this final corner. We get a nice run through the exit, but we have to get off the throttle as we just get a boatload of understeer on the exit. He's ahead of us, and now I'm going to pause it for a second because the roles have totally changed. I was starting this lap in 3rd place. Now I'm completely boxed in with a driver ahead of me and a driver to my side. I've now changed my mindset from trying to finish in 3rd place to just trying not to end up in 5th place. But as we go down the straight, and I'm wondering what I can possibly do to not end up in 5th or 6th place, like magic, He dives to the inside super early for the final corner, and I see my chance to go for the outside line. I've never tried this before. I have no idea what's going to happen, but we absolutely send it on the outside. The car sticks at first. We are side by side, maybe a nose ahead, but just so much understeer at the exit, and he gets the better exit than we do when we finish in 4th place. He was able to get us for 3rd on the final lap. What an amazing race, as you can hear me absolutely going wild in the background. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope that proves the theory that you can't pass here wrong. Oh, what a fun race. I hope you guys enjoyed that. This is a different type of video. I'd be interested to see what you guys think about it. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed it and if you want to see more. Thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you guys so much for the love all of these years. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you. And I will leave you guys with the replay of that final lap. I'll see you guys next time.